What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, we hit this perfectly multiple times throughout this week, so if you've been following the channel, great job. Check this out. We got a rejection back to support within the same day. Let's go over this. And congrats, guys, 168% this week in the Discord. If you haven't come in the Discord, the link is in the description or in the comments of the video. Literally, my plays pay for membership, so it's literally free if you want to come in. Guys, come kick it. I do one-on-one lessons, and it's completely worth it. Now, this week, it could be absolutely huge. Guys, this Thursday, we have earnings for Apple, and Apple could be the deciding factor if we break this support right here or not. And if we do break the support, watch out, the market will make a rotation into a bear market, and I'm going to show you why in a second. Now, on the triple Qs, we did bounce off support, so if you've been subbing the channel and caught this, great job. You caught this support multiple times and the resistance multiple times. That's why you subbed the channel. Now, we did bounce off a resistance today. Now, we did bounce back to support, which was kind of weird, honestly. I think it was earnings after hours that did it. Now, if we do bounce right here around 422, you do have a resistance around 430. Now, here's the thing. Apple has earnings Thursday afternoon. So if the triple Qs does push to around 430 and Apple's does have a bad earnings, we could possibly just go back to support again. But if the triple Qs does stay around 423 tomorrow on Thursday, if we just hug around the support and Apple has a bad earnings, we will drop to around 405. I've been warning you guys for a couple weeks now, and to the people that were coming in my comments saying, oh, that's not going to happen, we're going higher. Well, you got trapped now, so that's why you should follow the channel. You know, that's your fault. You didn't take it in. It was kind of common sense that we were building a top here. We were only trading sideways for what, 4 months, 5 months, but you know, nobody wants to accept it. Now, on the Nas, we did bounce off the support and back to the resistance and to support again all in one day, which was kind of weird. Now, we do have support around 17,300, and then we do have resistance around 17,850. Now, if we get above here, maybe we can build another top, but if we do blow through this support, we will go down lower in the market. On the sp500, we did the exact same thing. Now, let me show you something, guys. Now, on the sp500, the support is different than the triple Qs. Now, SPY and the SP500 have a lower support. So if the triple Qs and the Nas does break lower and break their channel, this big channel they've been going in, it's going to find support when the SP500 finds support. So around 4,800 is going to be the support for that. So if the Nas and the triple Qs break support, watch the SP500, because when it hits 4,800, then that's where it's going to find support in the triple Qs, and it's probably going to be around 380 in the triple Qs or around 375. It's really going to depend on, you know, what and what day. Now, on SPY, it's literally the same thing. It does have support around 480 if that decides to go down lower. Now, on the Dow, and by the way, I'm going to go over the Mega 7 in a second. You got to see this. Now, on the Mega 7, or on Dow, sorry, the Dow actually did reject off of its channel. Let me show you in a second. Here we go. Now, we did bounce off a resistance, but it will go lower if the triple Qs go lower. And if it does, 36,000, 37,000 is going to be your support. And then on the Russell 2000, it is literally fighting for its life. It is hugging support. Now, this is what I talk about all the time, that it breaks support and it'll hug support. That's exactly what the Russell is doing. But it's waiting on the triple Qs. So if the triple Qs does drop, you will see the Russell drop to the around 180. But here's a couple things I do want to go over. Let's go over the Mega 7 real quick. Now, on Meta is pretty much fighting for its life. And now, here's one thing I do want to talk about. The channels that, when they do break, don't delete them. When you delete them, you miss opportunities. Now, this support from this channel is coming as a resistance. So let me show you. So notice how it's rejecting off of this resistance, or this old support right here. Here, let me move it up a little bit more. Now, if it does get back into this channel, then it'll just turn into a false breakout. Now, it's in a jam. Meta's in a jam. Now, if it does get below 425 and holds, then this big channel that it's been going on for, what, 15 months or something like that, it's going to break and it's going to free fall just like this. Now, if this does break around 425 and hold below, then it's going to start a new channel. So be very careful, guys, with this upcoming week. Now on AMD, AMD is literally fighting for its life. Also, it is on support. So just be very careful if you are trying to, play on it. Now support is 140. It is at 144 or something like that. Now, if we do break 140, your next support's gonna be around 122, this support right here. And if it breaks that, then around 70. 70 is gonna be around 280 in the triple Q, so that's gonna be a while, just throwing that out there. Now on Tesla did have a breakout on that smaller channel, but if we zoom in a little bit closer, now this resistance is coming as a support on Tesla. So if it does get below around 174, it will come back in this channel. Then your next support's gonna be around 137. On Amazon is trying to fight for its life. It is at 178, so that would be like right here. Now this old support came as a resistance and it rejected. Now it's just building another top. It does have support around 173. If that breaks, then you're going to go down to the lower levels of 163. Now here's the golden ticket for Thursday. You need to pay attention to Apple, because if Apple does break out around 174 and it holds above, then the market's going to build another top and it's going to wait you puts out. So just be very careful. Now if it does drop, then you do have support on 163, or if it goes down to a lower support, 160. Now Microsoft did break on its earnings and it is fighting for its life. So if Apple does break down and drops, Microsoft is going to break this 15-month channel. And if it breaks, then the rotation in the market's going to come, and we're probably going to go into a bear market. Now, if this does break around 339, then the lower level is going to be around 371 on Microsoft. On Google, great job, guys, on the Discord. We caught a 75% at this top. I posted a play and we hit this perfect. We bought puts at 175 and it came down to around 165. Great job on the 75% gain. And if you want to join the Discord, guys, the link is in the description or in the comments of the video. My plays literally pay for membership. So if you want to come in and join and talk to me personally, DM me, call me, or literally just write me. I can help you with almost every single play if you're struggling as a trader. I get it. Now, if you want to come in, just come in and chill. It's not a big deal. Everyone's really friendly. It's like a family. Now, Google, though, if it does break below around 165 and holds, then it's going to be back on the channel. If it does break below around 162, then it's going to go down to the lower levels. Now, on NVDA, here's the thing with NVDA. Now, if the triple Qs does break down below 420 and it does drop, you will see the NAS or the NVDA drop down to around 632. Now, 632 is going to be around 380 in the triple Qs, so just be very careful. We're at a breaking point in the market. Listen, guys, right now in the market is very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous because we are in a jam in the market. Let me show you. So in the triple Qs, we are in a jam. This is where it's doing. Last time when we were in a jam right here, I told you guys, be very careful, because if we break this support, it's going to drop, and that's exactly what we did. We got into a jam, it got pushed down. Now we're getting into another jam, and if it breaks down, you're going to see the low 400 level on the triple Qs, and that's actually going to destroy every Mega 7 company. So just be very careful. Now on crude oil, I called this out. I told you this was going to break its channel, and it did exactly that. So if you've been subbing the channel and caught this, great job. Now we did break this support. Your next level is going to be around 65, but it's not just going to drop straight there. So just give it time. Now just remember, when crude oil goes down, oil stocks go down. So there's a lot of downside in crude oil right now, and if that happens, that's going to be very bad for oil stocks. Now on the 10-year yield, guys, look at this. There is so much room for the 10-year yield to go up. If it does ever push to 5.7%, that's going to push the market down to around 320, 300 in the triple Qs. So just be very careful, because we are at a breaking point in the indexes and on the 10-year yield. If it does get above 4.8% and holds, it's going to shoot like this. So just be very careful. Now on DXY did have a breakout, but it did come back into the channel right here. Let's actually zoom in. Let me bring it up a little bit more. So DXY did come back down to support and bounced. So just it's still in the channel. If it does get above around 106.2 or 106.2, if it gets above, then it could probably have another breakout. And then also on VIX, VIX actually did have a nice run a while back, but we are still in this channel. Now, if you do see the VIX break above $18, then it's probably going to have another run, and that's not going to be good for the market. Also, Bitcoin actually did drop down to support. So if you've been following along and Southern channel, you caught the bottom. Great job. Now, if we do bounce, we do have a resistance around 65. But listen, if the triple Qs does bounce or drops to lower levels of 300, you will see Bitcoin break this channel, this 13-14 month channel, and everything, the Mega 7, the indexes, Bitcoin. This is going to break, guys. You're going to have to accept it. It's going to come to a breaking point. 15 months of going up is going to come to an end, and I don't want to see anyone get trapped. It's going to be chaos, guys. Now, here is actually one side note. 9 is actually at 210. Do not buy this yet. You need to wait for crude oil to hit either 68, 65, and then start looking at 9 for a long trade. Not financial advice on the whole market, or not financial advice on the whole entire video, but I just want to point this out. A good level, base level, is around 190 on 9. Now, here's another thing also. If we are looking like we're about to drop in the market and you see a record of puts in the system, we're probably going to bounce. So make sure you're watching the PCC. It can give you a lot of, a heads up on what the market's going to do. Now, if you see a bunch of calls and we are on support, that's a clear sign that we could drop very fast in the market. It loves to cash in on those calls, the market. So just wanted to throw that out there. So just be very careful, guys. Apple is going to decide the fate of the market today, Thursday afternoon. Apple earnings come out. So just be very careful. I'm not going to trade until after Apple's earnings, because I'm not going to get trapped at, 425 and then we drop to 400 in the triple Qs. I'm good. I'll wait. So that's just a heads up for the people in the Discord. And by the way, guys, I'm going to start posting plays after Apple earnings. So if you want to come in and join the Discord, the link is in the description or in the comments of the video. We are 168% up this week. I'm going to try to go for about 200%. And then the next week, I'm going to go for another 150%. Let's get it.